I just wanted to make this quick video about how to go about downloading Metasploitable and actually running it within a VirtualBox environment, mainly because all the files inside are not an ISO file, and that's generally what is loaded into VirtualBox. So hopefully someone like myself who has never run into having to interact with VMDK files or any other virtual disks besides ISOs will be able to learn from this video. So let's go ahead and get onto our desktop. Opening our browser, using our search engine, we're going to do Metasploitable ISO. This. Go to the Rapid7 webpage. These are the people that actually create, maintain, and have the documentation on this stuff. And then go to the download page here. Go download now. Download it to the desktop. Okay, now that this is done downloading, we can start going ahead with the installation process. If we go ahead and open up the file, we can see it has another file inside with different kind of virtualized files inside. Though none of them are the ISO file that we normally load into VirtualBox, it does contain a virtual hard disk that we will be able to attach to our virtual environment. So let's go ahead and open up our VirtualBox. And instead of going to add, where we would with a normal ISO, you go to new, name, just name it Metasploitable2, ISO image. I mean, we don't have one yet, so we're going to go type to the Linux box, other 64-bit, and we're just going to continue on. We see here that this is the directory our VMs are saved to by VirtualBox. Come back to that. We're not really changing any of that. Our base memory can stay the same. If you want to allocate more RAM to it or processor cores, you can. But I'm just going to keep on with the 512 megabyte RAM and one core allocated to it. We'll go to hard disk, and this is where it's really important. But instead of creating a new virtual hard disk, remember that file we had before? This is where we're going to go ahead and mount it to the virtual environment. So we're going to go down to use an existing virtual hard disk file. We look in this list here, we don't really have it. We have these other ones here that have been created. So we're going to click here. We don't see it here. We're going to refresh, still not there. We can go into our file system, just copy this one file here. We can go to PC, where it's stored, users, myself, go to VirtualBox VMs, right, and we see it all here. We can actually just extract this file to here. Cool, double check inside. Yes, it's there. We don't have to copy it individually. Now back in our hard disk selector, we can go to add. We see it here, open. It's going to be right here. All right, so now we choose that one, go down to finish, and there it is. We can double click it to start it. All right, now that's done, it's going to share credentials a lot like other Start 7 utilities like Metasploit. But the password and the username are going to be msfadmin. msfadmin for password as well. And now that we're in, we can go ahead and do ifconfig pack A on any Unix box. We see that it's not in the right network space. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fix that. And power it off. Settings. One thing we didn't configure is the NAT type. I'm going to do it in bridged adapter, meaning it's going to take on the physical NIC. It's going to bridge to my physical NIC and be present on my physical network as if it's another device like a TV or anything else in my personal subnet. I go, okay, relaunch it. And while that's launching, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this other project I've been working on. But with those types of network adapters, I'm planning on installing a virtualized core router, which you may have seen in my VirtualBox VM list. And what I plan to do with this is just create a virtual attack monitoring environment where I can break different aspects of red teaming, blue teaming, and incident response into different categories or subnets, all within my hypervisor, which is bridged to the core router. So nothing will escape the network besides what comes out of that virtual router to my system, which will then in turn go to my internet. But look forward to this. I might be doing a walkthrough on step-by-step instructions for not only installing red team OSs like Kali, but also creating possibly a DMZ to the core router, a monitoring subnet where I have SIEM infrastructure and maybe some endpoint monitoring software like Velociraptor, as well as other subnets of high value assets like an Active Directory or domain controller network, along with other Unix clients, and then possibly one with high value backend servers that we can start attacking. And while we're all doing that, we can monitor how it looks going across that router. And maybe we can work on writing firewall rules or router rules to drop or report on that kind of activity. Now that Metasploit's back up and running, we can log back in with the MSF admin. Get out of this. I might have messed that up. Now that we're logged in as MSF admin, we can do the ifconfig tac a. Oh my gosh. So we see here now the IP address is updated to the 192.168.1 hack24 network. We can also go into our Kali box that we have. And since we don't have these subnetted yet or separated, show you that. Yeah, I was just doing this, but we can see we're in the same subnet, and we can go ahead and scan this box that is already connected. And we have many different TCP ports open, didn't even touch UDP, but we can go ahead and begin studying and throwing different exploits and vulnerabilities at these services. So that's pretty much the whole video. I know this has probably been done a million times, but I just want to document it and share it for anyone that's following. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.